And now the final 5 stories we're following today. A young woman was rescued, narrowly escaping with no injuries after launching off a highway on-ramp onto the QEW in Niagara Falls. OPP sharing these photos of the collision that happened Friday just before 11 a.m. A 23-year-old woman was driving along the on-ramp from the Fort Erie-bound QEW to Highway 20 in Niagara Falls. The woman lost control of the vehicle on icy roads and struck the snow on the shoulder, which launched her vehicle over the guardrail. It flipped onto its side and came to rest in trees and bushes, which ultimately stopped it from rolling onto the busy highway below. The woman was not hurt. She was rescued by witnesses who stopped to help her. 3 teens have been charged after an alleged armed robbery at a high school in Barrie. The teens aged 15, 16, and 17 are facing a number of charges in connection with an incident that put Maple Ridge Secondary School into lockdown Monday morning. Police say a handgun was seized and 3 teens were arrested on school property. No injuries were reported. Toys R Us Canada is facing another lawsuit from a landlord that says it terminated the retailer's lease for failing to pay rent. A court filing says the store chain didn't pay rent last month for a space at one of its Toronto shopping centers. The landlord says it warned the company it would end its lease if it didn't make a payment, then followed through with the threat on January 20th. Toys R Us has been closing dozens of Canadian stores and has been sued at least 7 times by landlords in the last year. The Heart and Stroke Foundation has released its 2026 Heart Monthly Report. The report says that while the death rate has decreased to more than 80% over the past 70 years, more than 6 million Canadians are living with heart disease or stroke. It also revealed the adult smoke rate has declined to 11%, but remains the leading cause of preventable death. In addition, just over half of children and only 2 in 10 youth meet their daily physical activity recommendations, while fruit and vegetable consumption has been declining for the past decade. Do you ever miss sending texts on your BlackBerry? Well, some former BlackBerry employees are bringing back the idea of a physical smartphone keyboard. And they've dubbed the new phone the Communicator. While it does have a built-in keyboard, its design is tailored more towards messaging and responsiveness rather than content and entertainment, which leads to more distractions.
What we've found is that there's a group of people today that really want to be better at communicating, taking action, avoiding distraction, doing versus doom scrolling.
It can be pre-ordered for $399 USD and will be available later this year. Wow, the BlackBerry certainly brings back some memories. I remember using my BlackBerry Pearl and it being all the rage back in the day.